A $767 car payment sounds normal now. Not cheap, but normal. According to Experian's Q4 2025 auto finance data, that is roughly the average monthly payment for a new vehicle in the U.S. But here is the trap. The monthly payment is not the cost of the car. It is only the visible part of the machine. Behind that one number is interest, depreciation, insurance, fuel, maintenance, taxes, and something almost nobody prices in: the wealth that monthly cash flow could have built somewhere else. In this video, we are going to take a normal-looking car payment and run the full math. The monthly payment is powerful because it turns a large purchase into a small-looking subscription. A $49,000 vehicle is hard to process, but $767 a month feels like rent, a phone bill, or a streaming plan, just bigger. The problem is that the payment can be engineered. A longer term can make the same car feel cheaper without making the car cheaper. A lower down payment can preserve cash today while increasing debt tomorrow. And a trade-in can hide negative equity inside the next loan. So the first rule of this video is simple. When someone asks, "Can I afford the payment?" they are not asking the full financial question yet. Let's anchor the model in real data. Kelley Blue Book, through Cox Automotive, reported that the average new vehicle transaction price in March 2026 was $49,275. Experian reported that in Q4 2025, the average new vehicle loan amount was $43,582, and the average new vehicle payment was $767. The Federal Reserve's G19 data showed a 72-month new car loan rate of 7.55% at commercial banks in February 2026. These numbers are not identical because they measure different parts of the market, but together, they tell the same story. A payment around the mid-$700 is not an extreme example anymore. It is close to the center of the new car financing market. Now, take one car. $49,275. Put 10% down, so the down payment is $4,927.50, and the loan is about $44,348. At 7.55% APR, a 60-month loan costs about $890 per month. Stretch it to 72 months and the payment falls to about $768. Stretch it to 84 months and the payment falls again to about $681. On the surface, the 84-month loan looks much easier. But total interest tells the other side. The 60-month version pays about $9,034 of interest. The 72-month version pays about $10,938. The 84-month version pays about $12,882. Same car, same price, same APR. The only thing that changed was the timeline, and the lower payment quietly bought more interest. The most invisible cost is depreciation. AAA's 2025 Your Driving Costs study estimates average new vehicle depreciation at $4,334 per year over 5 years and 75,000 miles. That is about $361 a month of value disappearing, even though nobody mails you a depreciation bill. This matters because the car is a depreciating asset financed with debt. Your loan balance declines by amortization. Your car value declines by the used car market. Those two curves do not have to move together. With longer terms, low down payments or taxes and fees rolled into the loan, the debt curve can sit above the value curve. That is negative equity. You owe more than the car is worth. Now, step back from the loan and look at total ownership. AAA estimates that the average new car costs $11,577 per year to own and operate in 2025, or about $964.78 per month. That AAA figure is a national benchmark across its study vehicles, not a quote for the exact $49,275 vehicle in this model. That includes depreciation, finance charges, fuel, insurance, license, registration, taxes, maintenance, repairs, and tires. The insurance component alone is $1,694 a year in AAA's assumption. Maintenance, repair, and tires come to 11.4 cents per mile. Fuel is another 13 cents per mile. So the monthly payment is not wrong, it is just incomplete. It tells you the lender's cash flow requirement. It does not tell you the vehicle's full economic drag. Here is the part that makes the monthly payment trap so expensive over time. Cash flow compounds. If $768 per month is invested at a hypothetical nominal 7% annual return before taxes and inflation, 6 years of payments grows to about $68,000. 10 years grows to about $133,000. 30 years grows to about $936,000. This does not mean nobody should own a car. Transportation can be necessary. It also does not mean markets give you 7% smoothly. They do not. The point is narrower. When a household keeps a large car payment permanently, that payment is not just money spent. It is also compounding power removed from the rest of the balance sheet. The real-world version is the payment treadmill. Many people do not make one car decision. They repeat a car decision every few years. So, model 2 habits. In the first habit, the household replaces the car every 6 years and always has a payment. In the second, the household uses a 6-year loan, but keeps the car for 10 years. For the 4 payment-free years in each decade, the old payment is redirected into a side account at a hypothetical nominal 7% return before taxes and inflation. Those payment-free windows alone grow to about $298,798 after 30 years. That is not because the second household never owned a vehicle. It is because the second household created stretches of time where transportation no longer consumed the full car payment cash flow. Opportunity cost does not require an extreme example. If one vehicle choice creates a $767 payment and another creates a $500 payment, the gap is $267 a month. At a hypothetical nominal 7% return before taxes and inflation, investing that difference for 30 years grows to about $325,732. Again, this is not a forecast. It is a sensitivity test. The math shows why the monthly payment is not just a budget number. It is a recurring claim on future wealth. There is an easy but wrong version of this video that says every expensive car is irrational. Real life is not that simple. In many places, a reliable car is how people get to work. A safer vehicle can have real value. A larger vehicle can be necessary for family, tools, disability access, or bad weather. And buying the cheapest possible car can create its own repair risk. The math does not say never buy a car. It says do not judge the decision by monthly payment alone. A payment that fits this month can still be a bad wealth trade if it hides high interest, fast depreciation, fragile insurance costs, and a lost opportunity to build liquid assets. Fixed car payment also changes risk. The Federal Reserve's household survey found that 63% of adults could cover a $400 emergency with cash or the equivalent, while 55% had 3 months of emergency savings. That means for many households, a large fixed payment is not just an expense, it is a fragility amplifier. If income drops or insurance jumps or repairs arrive at the same time, the payment still comes due. This is where the monthly payment trap becomes more than a spreadsheet issue. It becomes a resilience issue. So the real cost of a car is not the number on the finance screen. The real cost is payment, plus interest, plus depreciation, plus insurance, plus maintenance, plus fuel, plus taxes, plus the opportunity cost of the cash flow. A reasonable monthly payment can still be expensive if it keeps you on a treadmill. And a lower payment can still be costly if it only comes from stretching the loan. The better question is not, can I afford the payment? It is, what does this vehicle do to my total cost, my liquidity, and my future compounding power? That is the monthly payment trap. And now you have the math to see it.